Behind the Cape. Michael B. Jordan is out here saying that, Creed 4 comes out, I'd like to include Jonathan Majors. Sounds like he's standing beside him, at least somewhat.
Man, it's long overdue. I definitely appreciate it. Not just him, Matthew McConaughey and some others. Speaking up, I think Whoopi Goldberg said something about him. They must somebody somewhere said it was okay to talk about Jonathan Majors again.
Positively.
And that's just where we're at with it. Yeah. Somebody somewhere said, okay, it's all right, y'all can get off of him. Mm-hmm. I don't know who they got that directive from. I don't know who the ringleader is in Black Hollywood. It's not Megan Good. If it was Megan Good, we would have been able to get off this hate train a long time ago.
Sure.
But this is going to help quiet the still dissonant normies right out there who want to call Jonathan Majors an abuser or bring up his legal struggles and try to put that to the forefront instead of his future, endeavors or work opportunities. It's going to quell a lot of that because now that sentiment has to stand up versus Michael B. Jordan and his reputation.
Yeah.
That sentiment has to stand up next to Whoopi Goldberg and her reputation. It's got to stand up next to Matthew McConaughey. Mm-hmm. And
people that are generally liked.
Yeah, so you can yell it at the top of your lungs if you want to, but it's just never going to outreach that. Now, it would have been nice to have that when he needed it. Maybe we could have beat a charge. Maybe we could have been able to scare Alvin Bragg off from another one of his bullshit ass sexual assault cases or abuse cases. Violence cases.
I would argue, yes, it would have been nice to have all this done maybe before the case or before he got fired from Marvel. But this is also yet another pivotal moment where it's needed. Mm-hmm. In the sense that he's got the movie out, Magazine Dreams, and so this is starting the redemption. And so it is a pivotal moment where things need to be said on his behalf.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it either way. I'm not going to belabor the point about what could have been. It is nice to see that the sentiment has sort of changed, mm-hmm. and that it looks like he's going to be able to continue working. Instantly makes me... Well, I was already interested in Creed 4. I was already interested in Creed 4, especially with the comic that he wrote featuring Amara Creed. I have really big expectations for that girl in these next couple of films. I expect the story arc to slowly turn towards her. And it almost feels, if you've been following the franchise, it almost feels earned because they didn't immediately just hand it to her. Mm-hmm. Right? I expect in the next movie she will be a junior Olympics age type of boxer, a teenager still, somebody who's still working their way up the ranks, the way that they introduced her character in the comic books.
Absolutely. Right?
Really giving us a chance to kind of expand Adonis Creed's lore separate from that of Rocky.
And then eventually give us more stories.
More stories to work with. This Creed 4 will also be the first one that won't have Ryan Coogler attached to it, presumably. Now, they could always change that. Them dudes, they got the same facial hair. You see they both got these mustaches now? Mm-hmm. It's odd, man. If we ever start cutting our facial hair exactly like each other, we probably should spend some time apart because... it's getting a little odd, but
it is. I actually thought about growing my hair out again, and I was like, "No, Marcus,
not right there. Like not at the same time.
Yeah, Marcus got his. I can't do it.
Not at the same time. We'll switch. I'll chop, and you can grow yours back out. But I think it gets a little awkward when y'all look like each other, right? Like who say like a couple been together so long they start looking like each other.
Right.
These niggas
can't have that.
Both got the damn Tom Selleck mustache. Like what? But yeah, no, I think it'll be just another opportunity for Michael B to kind of expand his role behind the camera, mm-hmm. exert his influence on the franchise even further, and to see Damian spin the block. I'm very interested to see how that'll play out after what we've seen in Creed 3. So,
now that you mentioned it, for what it's worth, I like seeing black creatives take multiple roles, like Michael B. Jordan has with some of his movies. I like seeing Kevin Hart get into different facets of just entertainment. I saw him talk about all the things that he's got going on. So I don't know. I just like seeing that. Live action Lilo and Stitch trailer came out, And I don't know. I understand that she's going to look different because it's live action, but I guess it just didn't. She doesn't really meet my expectation. And then the sister, I forgot her name. Her name escapes me. Is a white girl that they painted darker.
Hey, I don't know if they painted her or if it's just the tone that they shot it in, or makeup, or she just got a really, 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 really good tan. But something happened, because in between what we seen when they casted her and what I seen in that trailer, night and day difference. Now, let's talk through the logic here, folks. They were cognizant enough to darken her up in post, which means they knew that the skin complexion would be a problem, and yet they still chose her as the actor.
That's crazy.
I mean, you have to work that logic through for me to make it make sense. I don't really get it, but in any case,
Nani, thank you.
Nani, I actually enjoyed the trailer. I didn't think that I was gonna like Courtney B. Vance's Bubbles. I like it so far. I really liked Stitch. This is probably one of the first
it's a good live action
adaptations that I liked from animation for sure. It's very good.
Agreed.
I also like kind of how it looks like they're following pretty much verbatim how the first movie went. Right, like Stitch gets introduced. You obviously will have the bounty hunters show up at some point, but they didn't lead with that in the trailer. I hope they don't give us too much of that in the lead ups. Like, hold that back. You see excitement is already kind of bubbling around the initial trailer. Hold back. What's dude's names? Keeley and
Pleakley.
There you go. Pleakley and whoever the bigger purple dude is with the eyes.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, but hold them back. Yeah. You looking right at it, and I don't.
Yeah, I am.
Cool.
I don't remember his name being Jumbo, but Pleakley I didn't remember.
Yeah, man. I thought it was good. Thought it was all right.
Yeah, no. Other than the, I guess maybe the casting.
So I mean, the little girl again. I don't know how else you're supposed to recreate that nose or that head in real life, other than just finding like a awkwardly shaped child.
Fix her in CGI right now.
My only thing is just how light the actors were going to be, but it seems like they've accounted for that. So
I think the actor they have for Lilo at least fits from a skin tone standpoint.
We don't know. We could have darkened her up too.
That's true. That's fair.
They did it to them both.
Yeah, poor boy Nani, not even thick is tragic. He on one today.
Hey, I mean that Nani did have some big ass legs, like some huge ass. She had big feet. Her thighs was huge. Hips was wide. They did draw a thick ass character.
That's a fact.
So yeah, no, that was not translated at all.
MoFly says, "Can we please leave Disney alone for 6 months? Can Disney leave us alone for 6 months?"
I think the only thing we've really reviewed Disney wise is just the news, the slide.
Yeah, we don't.
Over the last 3 months. Tell your your other YouTubers that you watch, MoFly. Let's tell them to go on that Disney break with us. You know what I mean? Give them the slight nudge they need to just jump on in the water with us. It's fine. No sharks.
They fumbled Cobra Bubbles. They have the actual bubble just sitting there, says William Moloch.
I didn't think so. I like Courtney B. Vance. Now, I still would have cast Ving Rhames. Sure. I mean, he's still alive. I don't know why.
Yeah.
What would have happened there? But I mean, I thought he did good in the bits that I seen from him. It looked fine.
Yeah. The Lilo and Stitch trailer was okay, but Disney needs to stop making all their animated movies into live action.
It's literally a division of Disney, so they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Unless they're gonna shut it down. Like the live action division it's an entire arm of the production there.
I mean, you're going to remix all your movies to make even more money. It just they're not. Yeah, they're not going to.
Now they could fold all that in back to their animation and just do the occasional live action changeover, but they would have to absolutely nosedive, and I don't think that's where they're headed. There, I think they got a decent one with Lilo. They've got Lion King that's still making money. Moana's coming down the pipe. I think that one's going to be pretty good. So while they have had their fair share of stinkers, I think Snow White is going to be. They already know Snow White is going to be a big stinker. Also, how did I go this long without realizing that they had Israeli former IDF agent Gal Gadot and Free Palestine advocate Rachel Zegler on the same cast? How did we then talked about them soulless dwarves they got on there. We talked about the merry batch of others dwarves that they looked at. We talked about how they've canceled I guess I mentioned it now. They've canceled the red carpet event for the premiere. So now they won't be seeing media at all on the day that the movie premieres. I think it's on the 21st.
Okay.
But the most obvious part of probably why this production is absolute shit is because Gal Gadot is a heartless, soulless Zionist, and Rachel Zegler, who, has terrible opinions about the IP that she's working on, but she's morally solid and sound, and she's a human being with a heart. So obviously that wasn't gonna mesh. Soulless and heartfelt just kind of they mesh. They don't really go together.
Yeah.
Darn.
Well, actually, that kind of reads to the movie.
Right? It's so accurate. You would think it would just be perfect.
Yeah, but I mean,
evil queen turned succubus, trying to take some young girl's youth. Free Palestine.
Even though Gal is the better looking one.
We don't gotta go there.
I'm just throwing that out there. Professor Film Fan says Disney is not above criticism. Facts.
I know.
All right. Nicole Ari Parker got cast in the Lantern series. That fits. If she's playing Aaron Pierre's mom.
I had to double check to make sure that she was old enough, man. I didn't think Nicole Ari Parker was old enough to be Aaron Pierre's mother, but she is. Yeah, she is. She's 50. He's 34, I think.
That could work.
Yeah.
It can make it happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see your concern there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Black Mirror is premiering on April 10th. Very excited for it. It'll include Tracy Ellis Ross and Issa Rae.
Issa Rae, Christina Miliani. Oh my God. The cast. I'm still gonna have to, temper my expectations, I guess, about the amount of content we're getting here because it's still only 6 episodes.
6 is better than what they've done in the past.
They make us wait years to only get 6 goddamn episodes is crazy.
Insane.
I might just have to go on a Black Mirror marathon to go back and rewatch since
I definitely might have to do that. It's been a while.
Maybe we'll do a rewatch and do some retrospective reviews.
There's some good ones out there.
Be some good content.
For sure.
But yeah. Take it all the way back to the pig sexual assault.
Yikes. All right. Euphoria news. Ashtray is now having been confirmed as dead in Euphoria.
Definitely didn't need that. Everybody knew Ashtray was dead after the episode. Who didn't know Ashtray was dead? There
was no way out of that for Ashtray. But I would assume that this means now that they're just going to write off that whole Ashtray and Fezco thing as
Fezco went to jail for the rest of his life and Ashtray's dead.
Or Fezco is also dead after that situation, maybe. Who knows?
Like they killed the kid and then walked over and put a bullet in Fezco's head.
Which would have been not unnecessary, but I'm just saying.
Sheesh.
They're going to write that off somehow, is what I guess, somehow according to that situation. So
yeah, they gotta get Fezco because then Fezco, how you in jail and you ain't see Nate's daddy? I'm just playing. They could end up in different prisons. I was just saying. It was a little jokey joke. Since his dad was crashing out there at the end of the last season.
I mean, oh no, Nate. Yeah, I'm thinking of.
Nate's dad.
Yeah, no, not that. Yeah, that'd be insane. That would be insane.
I saw your friend Fezco in here.
Yikes!
Tried to press me. Must have forgot I'm a brick shithouse.
New Cloverfield movie. It's actually going to be a real sequel of the original.
That is insanity. That this will be the 4th Cloverfield movie, I think.
I think so. Cloverfield Paradox.
They had Cloverfield Lane.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Okay.
1, 2, yeah. So this will be the 4th, and this is the one that ends up being a sequel to the original.
Yeah.
What in the hell? Like, Cloverfield Lane was okay. John Goodman is a consummate professional. I love seeing him on screen and just about anything he does.
Into watching Paradox.
But Paradox, boy, Julius Ona, what was that, family? Explain yourself. Like we went completely off planet for this,
right?
Dog, what does that have to do with what's going on down there? I don't know. Anywho, but yeah, I'll be when I think did I see this movie with you?
The original Cloverfield?
Yeah. I remember seeing this in the first time in the theater.
That might have happened.
Sitting up there,
I seen it
having
in
to
the
rub
theater
my
too.
damn eyes.
Yeah, I definitely seen it in the theater too.
It was like because before Cloverfield, the only other movie that had did this was Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
And people was thinking that it was going to be
We
like
might have gone and seen it.
Blair Witch Project gave people seizures.
Yep.
Constant.
Yikes. The shaking of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we might have seen that together. I'm almost sure now that you mention it.